And as we're starting a new year, there are new worries about making sure that Alabama families are fed.
Yeah, that's true. It's because the state is at risk of losing even more funding for programs like SNAP. And there are lots of people this could affect here. According to the Alabama Department of Public Health, 17% of all adults in our state deal with food insecurity. And when we're talking about children here, that number is even higher, with 23%, or 1 in 4, that are dealing with this issue. And that's why WVTM 13's Bryce Oslin went into the community today to find out just how much a cut in SNAP benefits could affect our neighbors.
We saw in November what it looks like when SNAP is not available.
The Big Beautiful Act, which passed in July, includes big changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. It also shifts a lot of the funding to states.
We've been working with and speaking with legislators to make sure that they're aware of the implications of a $176 million kind of bill that's being footed to states from the federal government.
Alabama Rise Hunger Policy advocate Latrell Clifford Wood says when the government shut down last year, we got a taste of what things would be like without SNAP benefits. Many
of our members in the food bank community, saw the increased need in the service that they do.
Nonprofits aren't the only ones affected. Food outlet store manager Reginald Kemp says the majority of his customers rely on SNAP.
It would be over 50% for sure.
And although he can't predict the future of the program, he expects the community to stick together.
The camaraderie everyone had together last time. Bottom line, if we made it through last time, we'll make it through again.
Clifford Wood encourages people to speak up about your concerns.
I would make it very clear that there is an opportunity to still talk to your legislator about this.
In Birmingham, Bryce Oslin, WVTM 13.
And there's some additional cuts on the federal level that could affect how much Alabama gets in the near future, too. The first is set to start in 2027. According to the USDA, the amount of administrative costs they'll cover for SNAP will go from 50% to 25%. And the year after, in 2028, there will be what's called a quality control incentive that will require the state to match funds based on the SNAP payment error rate. The USDA says this could be upwards of 15% of the entire program. Now, according to the USDA's website, these changes were enacted last year, though the big one Big Beautiful Act through that.